Hey everyone, Dan at Ochoco Bushcraft. Well, today I want to show you guys what I call the Ochoco Bushcraft Survival Kit. Now, here in the Ochoco Mountains of Central Oregon, we have what is the hunting capital of the state of Oregon. Every year during hunting season, thousands and thousands of hunters come from all over the state and out of the state right here to the Ochoco Mountains to hunt deer and elk. And then, of course, throughout the season, we'll get hikers, campers, people coming to fish the mountain streams, and so forth. Well, in addition, every single year, search and rescue is out finding them. And I've been out with search and rescue a couple times helping to find lost hunters. So one of the things I do at Ochoco Bushcraft is I teach a one-day basic survival course. And there's no advanced bushcraft or anything like that. It's basically teaching people what they should carry with them when they're going out hiking, hunting or whatever, and how to use that gear to stay alive and to aid in self-rescue or getting rescued, being seen. I actually have a gear list that I give out to everyone at the class. It's basically a brief explanation of the items that they should carry and why they should use it, a couple ways to use it. That's available to everyone who takes the class. So basically, I'm just going to give you guys a rundown on what I suggest that people carry in their survival kit. And then I have Nate from Preparation 101 out here with me, and I'm going to have him actually demonstrate a couple of things that you can do with the gear. Only a couple things, because I want people to come and take the class, of course, but I'll show you guys just a couple tricks on how you can use this. Now, if you're an advanced bushcrafter, nothing that I tell you is going to be new. Again, this is just for the the hunter, the fisherman. He comes out to do his thing, but he's not real familiar with how to stay alive or get himself rescued if he gets lost. So, Ochoco Bushcraft Survival Kit. The whole kit only weighs about 10 pounds. You can carry it in a fanny pack, a backpack, shoulder bag, whatever. I found this cheap backpack on Amazon called an Allen Tactical. It's around 45 bucks, but it's very sturdily built. The kit fits in here with tons of room left over. So if you were a hunter, you could put in hunting tools, your lunch, whatever. The pack is literally only about 1/4 full. So it's a small kit, weighs about 10 pounds. But I'm going to do a loadout for you guys and show you just what I have in here. So starting with emergency shelter. I recommend that everybody carry a emergency blanket. And because this is a survival kit, it's not about camping, it's not about bushcraft. Get as much stuff as you can in your kit in bright orange so that if you are lost and you do need to be rescued, you can make signals. One thing search and rescue does here is they get planes up, and having stuff laid out that reflects light or is bright orange will help a lot. So for an emergency shelter, one of those blankets works absolutely perfectly. Also, might seem a simple thing, but a lot of people come out here and they don't realize how intense the sun can be, and they end up getting some really bad sunburns. So just throw some kind of a brimmed hat into your kit to protect your face and stuff from sunburn when you're out. Okay. Stainless steel water bottle, 1 quart. Single wall. The double insulated ones, double wall insulated, are nice, but you cannot use them in a fire. If you need to boil water to purify it, you've got to have a single wall container. So a single wall stainless steel water bottle. Most hunters will have a good hunting knife with them, which is great. But if you're up here, backpacking or hiking, a decent knife, I've used it for quite a bit of tasks, and it performs just fine, is the Mora Companion Heavy Duty Carbon Steel. So you can, make sparks with it. Very inexpensive, and it'll get you through. Also, a folding saw. If something happens that you need to get a shelter and you need to cut some poles so that you can, use your emergency blanket or whatever to get out of the rain, nothing quicker or easier than a folding saw, and I recommend the Baco. Okay, other items. Fire. You're going to want to have fire out here in an emergency. Unless it's fire season, the quickest way to be seen would be to put up smoke. If they get the plane up and they see your smoke, they're going to send the people on the ground in to investigate that smoke, and they're going to find you if you're lost. So, windproof, waterproof matches. The ones from Uco are the ones that I recommend. 15-second burn time. Even if you put them underwater, when you pull them out of the water, they will relight. A lighter, quick and easy, but bear in mind they quit working when it gets below freezing. So in the wintertime, having a little lighter like this is useless. But the rest of the year, it's quick and easy fire. Ferro rod, just a basic one, like this one from Uberleben, which has a little glow-in-the-dark handle. Works great. And for emergency fire in bad weather, cotton balls with Vaseline. And at the end of this video, I'm actually going to have Nate demonstrate this for you guys on how to make these at home. Surprisingly, even in sporting goods stores, when I talk to people, the vast majority of people who spend time in the woods do not know how to make the cotton ball Vaseline petroleum jelly fire. Okay, water purification. If you're out here and you're lost and you need to refill your water bottle, or you want to just drink right from the stream, they do turn the cows loose in the forest up here in the summertime. And the cows will go to the bathroom right in the middle of a stream. So you don't want to drink from the stream and end up making things worse because you've got serious diarrhea. So an inexpensive way, thousands of gallons of water, is the little Sawyer mini filter with the straw. You can attach the straw and drink it straight out of the creek, or use your little water bag to scoop up water, squeeze pure water in your water bottle, fill it up. So you've got water, you've got fire, carry some snacks. If nothing else, it's a morale booster. You're lost, things seem down. Hey, jerky, Cliff Bars, something that like I said, a morale booster, and then of course energy and whatnot, but makes sense to have it along. Other items, 55-gallon drum liner. With this, you can use it to collect materials for a shelter, fill up a bag of pine needles and bring it over to your shelter. You can use it for insulation from the ground by filling it with materials. You can use it to catch water. You can cut it open and make it into a shelter. And what Nate will show you here shortly is how you can make one of these into an emergency poncho if you're get caught out here in the rain. Bright orange flagging tape. I cannot tell you how many people would have not got lost out here and had to be found by search and rescue if they had carried bright orange flagging tape. They think, okay, I'm just going to walk down to the bottom of this draw and back to my rig. But somehow on the way back, they veer off in a different direction and they end up wandering around and around, and a day later someone calls up and says, hey, they never made it back to camp, and search and rescue's out looking for them. If you got orange flagging tape, you can hang streamers off of trees, and as you go down and turn around and follow your streamers right back to your rig and avoid getting lost. So bright orange flagging tape. In addition, if you are lost and you hang a whole bunch of streamers all around the area you're in from the trees, big long ones blowing in the wind, they can be seen from the air. Pair of leather gloves. If you need to start handling wood, building a shelter, building a fire, whatever, having a handful of slivers just isn't good. So have a pair of leather gloves thrown into your kit. And some parachute cord in case you need to lash together some poles or whatever for your shelter. Basic first aid kit. And by the way, if you guys noticed, again, just to mention it, that my water filter is orange, my knife is in a bright orange sheath, my parachute cord is orange, even my bandana, which I recommend carrying a bandana, multiple uses, is bright orange. Got a small first aid kit, some insect repellent in there, because you will end up having to deal with mosquitoes and horseflies and wonderful companions like that. So just a miscellaneous band-aids, insect repellent, some ointment in case you end up cutting yourself or getting bit or something. And lastly, things to help aid in being rescued. Headlamp. I choose a headlamp over a flashlight because it leaves your hands free and you're not likely to lay it down. Your flashlight, you've only got one hand free. You lay it down on the ground or on a log, it rolls off. The light goes out, now you're in the dark fumbling around. This is attached to your hat, around your head. Your hands are free. Extra set of batteries always, just in case. Emergency whistle. Search and rescue is out looking for you. They're yelling, maybe your name's Joe, and Joe, as they travel through the woods and they're spread out. Joe, you've lost your voice for some reason. You've panicked in the bad weather. Maybe you were yelling help, whatever. You can't yell back. An emergency whistle. They'll hear that from a long, long ways off and be able to find you. Lastly, just a little signal mirror. As I said, here in the Ochocos, they will get the planes up looking for you guys. And if there's sun and you can reflect the light up towards the plane, they'll see the flash and they'll immediately contact the guys on the ground and they'll come in to find you. So that is the basic survival kit, the Ochoco Bushcraft survival kit I call it. I teach people to carry when they go out and teach them how to use the gear, not just say, here, carry this, but we spend a whole day out together, hands-on, learning how to use each item. So a couple quick tricks for you guys. Nate from Preparation 101, I'm going to ask him to step in and first of all show you guys how to make an emergency poncho out of a 55-gallon drum liner. You can use garbage bags and things, but the nice thing about the drum liner is it is a much heavier material, less likely to tear. So he's just going to take his knife and he's going to cut a slot in what would be the bottom of the bag to put his head through. And that quick and easy. If he's caught out here in the rain, he now has an emergency poncho. His body's going to stay dry. And he can pull that bag all the way down past his knees, curl up by his fire, and stay dry and insulated. And you can also cut or poke holes right through the sides for armholes. So if you just wanted to use it for a shelter, you could leave the armholes out, bundle up inside it. If you want to move about, what Nate did, absolutely perfect. Cut holes in the sides, holes in the top, and he has a poncho to stay warm and dry. So 55-gallon drum liner, keep one in your survival kit. I've got them in my bushcraft kit too. Second thing I'm going to have Nate show you guys, and surprisingly, as common as it is, most of the people that I teach do not know that you can take cotton balls and petroleum jelly and make them into a fire starter that will burn in any weather for about 7 minutes. So he's going to demonstrate just a jar of cheap petroleum jelly from the dollar store and a bag of cotton balls from the dollar store. He's rubbing his cotton ball in the petroleum jelly. Idea is to make enough of those to throw in a little Ziploc baggie and take with you, or some type of a little container. And then you want to rub the petroleum jelly into the cotton ball. And then when you need your fire, you'll take it out of your bag, rough it up a little bit like he is, pull some of the loose fibers from the inside out so that they'll catch a spark. And using a ferro rod, so you're saving your matches, you're saving your lighter, because the ferro rod has thousands of sparks in it. He'll ignite that. And you now have 7 minutes minimum of fire. So if you should have dry twigs and whatnot laid out, and you can start building your fire up on top of that. So those are 2 of the tricks that I teach people in the basic wilderness survival class in using this gear. As I said, I teach them how to use every single piece, so there's a lot more things to learn. But if you guys want to learn those, you'll have to come and take the class. So thank you guys for watching Ochoco Bushcraft, and if you're one of those guys who's going to be out there hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, stay safe.